Alright guys, welcome back to chapter 15, and let's go ahead and jump into it. Great waves, that was a close call. Too close. Well, Humpback's not cut out for this. Thought our guide was supposed to be helpful. I'll admit, I may have miscalculated my estimation of the competence of our captain. There we go. Thank you. Now wait a minute. Hold on, I see something. Up ahead. That must be it. Stop the ship. Lower the sails. Aye aye, Captain. Ah, always wanted to say that. Look at that thing. It's massive. Is this the temple you seek? Yes. You do well to drop anchor here before the ship gets too close. I'll drop my anchor where I please, thank you very much. Drop the anchor, quickly. This is it, what now? I brought you here, have I not? I cannot take the trial for you. So then the trial has already begun? Can you tell me nothing of it? Since you insist, I will share with you only what was once shared with me. The trial of the soul is comprised of 3 parts, a test of mind, body, and spirit. The test of body is a fight unlike anything you have yet experienced. The only enemies you will face are the ones you take with you.
What?
The enemies we take with us. I have said what I will. Well, no point in stopping now, Irving. Come on, let's hop in the dinghies and have a look. Whew! Been around the whole perimeter. Not so much as a crevice, let alone any kind of entrance. Strange. Benji? Any luck with your, strategy?
Smash!
No matter how hard I smash, these walls won't budge. I think that is a hard no. It's writing. Huh?
There.
The holes in the walls, if you connect them, they form letters. Now how do you figure that one? The walls of our monastery had similar markings.
Brilliant!
Brilliant, yes, she's right. They do form letters. Characters in pre-calamity Elvish, to be precise. Sun Elvish, probably. Actually, the elves shared a common language before the calamity, though it's hard to imagine now. It's quite different from our own tongues, but I should be able to translate. Just a moment. Wait, am I lucky you guys are here, because I never would have figured that out. I think it's a riddle of some kind. Doesn't say. Power is as seed. To yield a fruitful harvest it must be, then it trails off. There's no punctuation, so the latter part must be missing. You go ahead and analyze that punctuation, Corbin. Let the real brains in the group think about solutions. Presumably it rhymes in the completed form. In ancient Elvish, of course. I can translate different words to see if the ending letters match. A seed planted? Watered? Far too simple. Perhaps soaked or germinated. No, I don't think any of those words would have sounded similar. Well, let's think. What's on a farm? A shovel, cows, farmers, a field? Genius.
You're really something.
There are farmers on a farm, yes. A truly remarkable insight, Sophia. Thanks. A field. The letters at the end match exactly with the word for harvest. Though another should have come before it. Huh? Not bad. Sow in a field? Throw in a field? What do we have you scholar types here for anyway? Go on, do your thing. No, those words are too short. Wouldn't fit the meter.
You've done well.
Scattered. Scattered a field. Let me see. Why? Yes. The meter fits perfectly. That's it. So now what? Do we say it? Well, never actually tried to speak the language. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever even heard anyone speak it. I wouldn't know where to begin. Irving, take me closer to the walls. Alright. Golhara u Hatar. The only enemies are the ones you bring with you. Is this your idea of a joke? I don't think I like how I'm looking at me. Think we can make friends with them? I think that's the last thing they want. Worth a shot, though. We don't want to fight. You need not express your wants in this place. We have read your soul. You must fight, and so you will. Can't say that isn't creepy. There's no reason to delay. Time is not on your side. This much weighs heavily on your souls. Right. Looks like we have no choice. Leave it to you. Keep pushing forward, even in ghost form. Garrick, son of Galen, you are stronger than you allow yourself to know. Martin, the voice of comfort, in all of your efforts you have always been enough. Alden, a hero before your time, you need not try to measure up, for you already do. Irving, bound by blood, your conviction will hold you steady when you fear to break. Such resolve has not touched this place in millennium. The challenge is cast, onwards to your fate. Oh, they were really nice to us. Besides trying to kill us. And me almost choking to death. Oh, we got the really long loading screens. Yay! %. Take some water.
Alright, the Trial of the Soul presents a unique challenge. To advance, it appears you must defeat your souls. Okay, let's go to the map prep. Not bad, not bad. There's nothing here. I guess whoever we take, we're gonna spawn. Wait, whoever we take, so can we just troll and just make it a one-on-one? The Temple of Koeli-Sumash has offered shadow cells as a trial. Defeat them. We can! Holy shit, dude. We are gonna... This is gonna be sick. Hold on. Gonna be the quickest quickest chapter of our lives. I can't reach his ass. He's gonna reach me though. What weapons do we have equipped? I don't know which one's better. We'll leave that one on. Fuck it. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Sick night.
Come then, test your resolve.
No way, this is it.
Time to turn the tide.
Holy shit. No way, that's how you can clear
United,
the stage.
we are unstoppable.
That's awesome, dude. Well, that was unexpected. Perhaps it should not have been. I understand the warning now. A lot of good that does us. Regardless, we did it. Now, I'm no arithmetician, but 2 parts down means there's 1 more to go. And I doubt this giant door is here by accident. Let's check it out. Wait. What is it? Only one should enter the inner sanctum. Alone. With myself, of course. The trial was originally designed to be faced one at a time. And who do you propose that should be? That is not for me to decide. I don't like the idea of splitting up. Well, if we have to, we should call a vote to decide who goes. Well, yeah, Irving, you kind of just won that for yourself, buddy, so... Irving, I don't think we need to call a vote. Very well, then it should be Vesta, or Maeve. Your organizations know more of these affairs than the rest of us combined. I'm not so sure that's true, Irving. And even if it were, I'm not sure that would help. Alright, then who else? I think most of us feel it should be you. Really? I'm not sure that makes sense. One roundabout way or another, all of us ended up together because of you. Besides, it was your father's idea to send us here. His faith in you is what convinced him to continue to trust us with the aspects in the first place. It seems to me you give us our best chance. Does anybody object?
Well, what do you know?
There's your vote. Seems your friends have made their choice, Irving. Alright, so they have. Wish me luck. You won't need it. Ah, a bright flame illumines the walls of the sanctum. It has lain in darkness for many years. See these walls again stir something in me. Silence, anchored one. I know why you have come. It is not you with whom I wish to speak. Tell me, bright flame, what brings you to this place? Who asked this? Ha ha ha. A guest enters my home and asks that I make an account of myself. I am Koeli-Sumash, once revered in this place where now my Terrazalian aspect rest. The god of the soul. I see you are acquainted with my domain. Now I would ask to know more of you. Forgive my brashness, mighty Koeli-Sumash. My name is Irving. It is pleasant to know what you are called, but the soul speaks more of a man than his name. That may be. I was sent here on behalf of the Order of Eternals. We hope to protect the aspects from one who would use them for ill. Yes, such faith the Order has in its cause and its agents. I hope it is not misplaced. As do I. I was informed that, if I passed your trial, I might receive something that would aid our quest. Supplies, or perhaps a weapon of some kind. Indeed you might. Tell me, who are these who stand so nervously beyond the threshold? They are soldiers, I suppose, great fighters from many corners of Terra. Foiling the plot of this nefarious aspect thief has become our only common purpose. I see. They are each of them quite powerful.
Yes.
It's true. Each brings something unique to the whole. What if you learned that I could grant all of these powers to you? I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean. No longer would the mighty Irving, heir of House Sildarian, fight to win the approval of his own troops, coordinate their movements, or inspire them to courage. His will would be indomitable, subsumed by all who looked upon him with admiration in their hearts. At what cost? What you ask is wise. Fine boon comes at a fine price. Such a transference of power would cost them their mortal souls. I wouldn't think of it. And if it was the only way to prevent this, and if it was the only way to prevent the disaster we fear, still, I couldn't. Besides, I don't see how that would be the case. They become so much of why I want to stop this necromancer in the first place. They are my friends. Why, you should have said so. You called them soldiers, if you remember. Perhaps I was wrong, too. To err is mortal, but to acknowledge this and grow, that is divine. These friends of yours, how do you lead them? By love? Fear? The promise of gold? Trust, I think. Though if I'm being honest, I'm not sure I understand it. Their loyalty humbles you. Guess I'm just not as convinced as they are that I know what's right, or that I always will. They need not believe you are right, nor need you be right. Your thoughts search for justice, as one I have seen before, but justice does not reside in the mind. Sandglass may tell the time, but not the weather. Be that as it may, I fear our time is in short supply. Ah, but you have yet to present me your gift. Gift? Yes, the stone which has guided you to me. Has traveled many leagues and years to come to rest in this place. Set it on my altar. You have my thanks, bright flame. Okay. Storage received something. The members of your order who entrusted these to me have passed from this world long ago. Now it seems they are safest and most useful with you. But what of the third trial? I was told there would be 3. Huh. All 3 trials you have passed, bright flame, and with a sincerity such as I have never seen. Which is why I entrust you too with my own aspect. Now go, and leave me with this troubled one. There are strings in Australis I could use his bleak thoughts on. At last. Irving? These aspects may aid you, but they cannot save you or your friends. Only you can do that. Such wisdom, and how many empires rose and fell while you thought up these words. I've discovered much in my solitude, Koeli. Then we have much to discuss. Farewell, bright flame, and take courage in your quest. Continue your search for righteousness as if Terra's zeal itself depended on it. Perhaps it does. Yes, perhaps it does. Fucking stone and this powerful being are just fighting with each other. Also, we banged out 2 achievements right there. That's pretty sick. Conversing with a god, I can hardly believe it. This is the stuff of fairy legends.
Take heart.
Well, I believe what I see, and I'm looking at more aspects than I ever knew existed in one place.
Definitely.
Epic. Where did this guy come from? Who is they? It's going to take some time to figure out what each of these are capable of. Well, we've got no shortage of that. It'll be a while before we make landfall on Etlin. And that's assuming we can get out of these mists without our guide. Do you really have to leave it behind?
Yes.
Yes, it seemed Koeli-Sumash had some purpose for it. What that might be, I couldn't say. Honestly, I can't say I'm too mad about it. That guy was making me nervous anyway. I think I might have to agree. Wait a minute, how did you get here? On the ship? just how exactly did you sneak onto my ship? In one of your barrels? You don't exactly have the strictest security detail. You free-riding rat. I should have you thrown overboard.
Jeez.
Hey, Captain Toff, maybe if you actually shipped any goods, I wouldn't have had so much free real estate to choose from.
Look, kid.
Why, you little... think maybe we should leave these two to settle this themselves. Where did Faust go? Who is Faust? Hello? Chapter 16, The Marrows. Hey, good to be out of the mist, isn't it? Definitely. Clear skies seem to have forward on the mum a little bit, which I think everyone is appreciating. How are you holding up? Well enough, all things considered. It's good to hear. You've been through a lot these past few weeks. More than I signed up for when I enrolled at the academy, that's for sure. Ah, but that's always how it is, isn't it?
What?
How do you mean? It was never like that before. No, but in all the stories we ever heard growing up, a good hero always gets more than he bargains for. I guess. But in stories, you always know the hero can handle it.
Hardly.
Not necessarily. Didn't you ever study the great Sun Elf tragedies at the academy? So my story is a tragedy? That's reassuring. No. Life is different, of course. More like being the author and the main character at the same time. I hardly feel that in control of anything. Fine. Maybe it's more like being one of several authors. Do you think he knows we're coming? The necromancer? Whoever that was, on the battlefield. I think he expects to see you again, and I think he'll be better prepared.
No kidding.
Think so too. In fact, I'm sure of it, though I can't quite explain why. Well, then the only thing to do is be more prepared for him than he is for us. Ha! Your father would be proud. I'm flattered to hear those words from your mouth. That's probably as close to his approval as I'll ever get. That's not true and you know it. Perhaps. Seems we could both benefit from giving ourselves a little more credit for our accomplishments. Perhaps. Well, I think I'm going to turn in. Ward needs me on deck bright and early tomorrow. Sounds good. And Garrick, I just wanted to tell you, I'm really grateful you're still here. After everything.
Huh.
You know, I get these moments sometimes that make me feel like the four of us are right back at the academy. Like nothing has changed. I know what you mean. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't either. Well, I'll leave you to enjoy the view. Beautiful, isn't it? But don't stare too long. I wouldn't want to wake up and find out you've fallen overboard to be captured by wandering Alethyr? Alethyr. Didn't you say you were turning in? Right. Hey, would you look at that? The priest lady finally looks up from her rocks to take in the sea. You really are the worst, Ford. What are you still around for anyway? Weren't you going to use us to extort your debtors and be paid off?
I better get paid.
Yeah, well, the financing from your beloved order should just about cover things. Besides, I think you guys are starting to like having me around. Wouldn't want to make anybody sad. No, just irritated, apparently. Only you, your holiness. Ugh. Hey, look! Dolphins! See how they breach one after another? Wrote once that this sometimes inspires the sailor stories of sea serpents. Oh, trust me, when you've seen the real thing, you can tell the difference. Wow, I've never seen anything like that. They're majestic. Now what is this? That appears to be an avian excrement. Ugh. Accursed birds. Ha! That might be bad news for your road, but it's good news for us. We can't be too far from shore. How far do you reckon? With winds like this, not more than a day. Say, Sarah, you sure your guys will take good care of old Humpback? Seems like we might be gone a while. I couldn't live myself if anything happened to her.
Of course.
Your ship will be safe in Aramore, Ford. Yeah, my word. I just wish Aramore wasn't so far from Perch. It'll be weeks before we get there. On the bright side, that's less than what we spent on the ship. It's just traveling on foot, like criminals. It's completely different. It is, but this is important. My contact will help us get to the bottom of who's behind all this. I know. Nothing beats the sea, huh, kid? We won't be fugitives forever, Alden. Once we secured the aspects and stopped whatever's afoot, all of Delia will know what we've done. They'll understand. If by they you mean Varric, I hardly think he'd develop a sudden inclination for mercy if he's still king after all this. We'll see. Whoa, look at us flying across the ocean! In the depths of Koeli-Sumash's temple, Irving meets the god himself. After passing the trial of soul, Koeli-Sumash entrusts Irving with the power of a huge trove of aspects. The party departs from the mist safely, headed back to Atlan. After the ardor of their voyage to Varroa, spirits are low. Each knows that a difficult journey lay ahead of them. They head for Kirch, where Vesta has an older contact who can set them up and give them the lay of the land. For some inexplicable reason, Faust continues to follow along. Oh, this is Faust. Do we? I don't think we have an acolyte, right? I do not think we have an acolyte, so we're going acolyte. Oh, who's this guy? Irene? Girl? Sorry. The prodigal priestess returns. It's good to see you, Vesta. And you, Irene, though I wish the circumstances were different.
Wow.
Comes with the territory. Tavern chatter says you and your friends here to set off across the sea. Never to return, I would hope. Depends on who you ask. Would you mind introducing yourselves? I feel like a rat in the steam house right now. I'm Irvin Sildarin of Brookstead.
Very well.
Jeez, that was hard. Maeve Levarin, Grand Inquisitor for the Mystic Council of the Expanse. Lincoln Voldasov, former captain of the Delian Army. Sarah Rowan, third in line of the Aramoran throne. No way we're going through everybody, right?
Wait.
So let me get this straight. The grandson of the Order's Grand Master, right hand of Delia's former commander, the likely future Queen of Aramor, and the Mystic Council's favorite Inquisitor? That about cover it?
That's correct.
Favorite is a stretch, but you're correct for the most part. I was hoping you could catch us up on what we missed in our absence. Might as well get comfortable then. I've been doing my best to track the one you have warned me about before your departure. A necromancer?
Hard to be sure.
Well, him too. Turns out there are a lot of shadowy figures traipsing about Delia, causing havoc these days. What is traipsing? The strangest thing is that everything worth tracking seems to operate out of Sojourn, which to me means one of three things. Either Varric's spies haven't noticed, haven't been able to stop it, or have been told not to stop it. I know Varric. If he caught wind of an unchecked conspiracy, he'd be tearing the country apart piece by piece to root it off. Well, he is. I'm just not sure the two are related. What do you mean? He's been accelerating timelines and work schedules for every construction project in Delia, most notably the aqueducts. He's destroyed several villages in its path and has conscripted their villagers for indentured labor. That's cruel. The purpose of a king is to protect his people, not use them to advance his own glory. You've met the man, Irving. He's not who he once was. Please continue, Irene. Thousands of others who feel as Irving does have been imprisoned or indentured. They're reopening rural prisons that haven't been touched in decades. It's worse than we thought, especially for the common folk. It seems no one is safe from Varric's wrath. That much is certain. This entire country is at its tipping point. I wish I had more information for you, but I can't find so much as a word on the necromancer. What of the other sorcerer, the one that wiped out the armies at Swift Harbor? Every scrap of intel on that day points back to your group. Were you not responsible? No, we were not. That's quite troubling. We're back to square one then. What news of the war? Stalled for the moment. Neither king seems in any particular hurry to lose the other half of their army. Never imagined it would come to this, but King Varric strikes me as the most promising lead at the moment. It's unlike him not to investigate these occurrences. It's possible he's working with the sorcerer, or the necromancer. Or worse, both. What about this prodigy you mentioned back in Chelabons? Care to elaborate?
I think not.
I wouldn't know how to, and I certainly wouldn't be authorized to if I did. It's not important, Lincoln. Not right now. We're going to have to go through Varric to get to whoever's behind this either way. We might as well make our peace with that. Irving is right. Right now, that whatever Maeve knows about this prodigy doesn't matter until we're ready for it. How do we get started? First things first, we'll need a base of operations. We can sort out the rest from there. Any suggestions, Lincoln? You know better than anyone where Varric's men would be looking for us. I do know one place they dare not go. It's not far from here, actually. You speak of the Marrows. If you know of this place, you know it's best not to discuss it further until we arrive. We'll scare everyone half to death unless you have an alternative suggestion. No? You're already scaring me, Lincoln. But it seems we have little choice. I trust your judgment. Irene, thank you for your diligence. Your service does your great honor. Honor is nice, but it won't put me up at the Platinum Pony.
As you will.
You'll receive your payment from the order soon enough. In the meantime, leave no stone unturned.
Farewell.
Do what I can. Farewell. Hopefully we'll meet again soon. No way we don't take Irene as a character, right? Alright guys, well that was chapter 15. Literally easiest chapter in the world. We're still 20 minutes in because all of the dialogue, but yeah, easy peasy, and I'll see you guys next time for chapter 16, The Marrows. Peace.